Fighting games are. What would be the most important thing to prioritize here?
I
Because Tekken it continues to make baffling choices. Guilty Gear
is fucked currently. Yeah.
Yeah, in bad shape. Well, allegedly the devs say it's actually fine. Who knows though if they're just trying to prevent people from just abandoning the game.
Yeah.
On the slightly lighter news notes. Oh, what?
I just said Elena.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we got to see her menu screen pose. Other than that, there's been not a lot of information going around about her since the last time we did FGA. Was there a lot more information that High Fight had?
I'm not sure.
I'll pull up his Twitter.
All right.
His tweeters.
So I guess go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna go into the news.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so first, of course, Capcom Fighting Collection 2 is approaching quickly. They did a spotlight on CVS 1 and 2. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Good games. Now, here's the one that I was surprised by before recording. There's a new MAME update, and seemingly, at least from what I'm reading, most of the effort in updating MAME was making sure that Tattoo Assassins runs good.
What is MAME?
MAME is the multiple arcade machines emulator. It is how you emulate basically most any arcade machine. FB Neo that FightKit uses is a different one, but most people for the longest time used MAME for basically anything. MAME can do anything from the fucking first arcades, the first Pong, to like I want to say PS2 or 3. People have made it fucking work like that somehow. I'm not sure how. And MAME, even fucking Capcom uses MAME. Because if you if you have any of the classic games in Street Fighter 6, if you open up the credits for the ports that are in Street Fighter 6, they are running on MAME.
I see.
So we're talking like real shit, like the grandfather or I'm not sure if if I call it the grandfather of emulation because there were other emulators before it, but you know it is like one of the main cornerstones. It is the stones upon which you wash or whatever the fuck. The rocks on the shore, the eternal rocks on the shore is MAME. Emulators come and go. MAME remains.
I see.
And so yeah,
I do want to know.
Go ahead.
I did check High Fight's Twitter, and no, the perfect parry change is the only thing that he discussed.
Okay. So yeah, apparently after like 30 years of MAME development, they did. Which, by the way, this is MAME version 0.277.
Okay, so technically still never hit an acceptable release version.
Yeah. But yeah, so apparently after like 30 years of development, they have fixed the audio issues that have been plaguing Tattoo Assassins. So now it's arcade accurate.
Okay. Seems like a good way to spend your time for the people working on MAME, I guess.
Yeah. I think MAME is open source or some variant of that, so there's probably a lot of people working on that stuff, but still.
Huh. All right.
Then, Evo Friends, which I forgot wasn't happening.
At the same time as Evo Japan?
No, maybe. No, they announced something. They announced the last game on the 2nd of this month. I don't know what it is because I'm just not seeing the announcement that they're gonna announce the next game. The lineup so far is Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Guilty Gear Strive, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Grand Blue. I can see the logos, so I have to go off of whoever's on screen. And Grand Blue Man is the only one I don't know. and Gyro 2.
All right.
Then let's see. At Evo Japan, you could go and play Andy Bogard. He was there. He was hiding from Mai.
Oh, yeah, for Garrow. My brain crosswired, and I was like, but Terry's always been playable at launching the King of Fires and Fatal Fury games.
They moved Terry from City of the Wolves retroactively.
Because they had to make more room for Ronaldo Cristiano's balls.
Yeah. Then let's see.
All right, well.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did see they put together a poll asking people who they want for DLC and Fatal Fury going forwards. And the top result of the poll was Blue Mary.
Makes sense.
But then after that, it was Jae-hoon and Freeman, which kind of surprised me that people honestly were that dedicated to, no, finish the original Garrow roster, then we'll add more characters.
Yeah.
Then, like, after that, Duck King, like, what, huh?
Brian Butler.
I like Duck King. I like Duck King, but really? And then, oh God, what's his name? Stroud, the Native American boxer dude from Real Bout.
Oh.
Rick Stroud, yeah.
Oh, you fuck it, why not?
I mean, don't get me wrong, Rick Stroud's cool as hell. But if they brought around Rick Stroud now, they'd have to do something with him to differentiate him from Vanessa, because him and Vanessa are more or less the same character. Anyways. Also, Virtua Fighter 6 announced another character on the roster, which again should not be a shocker. It's another Virtua Fighter classic, Wolf Hawkfield. Did you see the Wolf Hawkfield reveal?
Yes. I like his new look. It's more or less just the same as the old one, but I like how he's old and scruffy.
They've seemed to have been going with that theme for the characters. So the Sarah they showed doesn't look a lot older, but I mean, that's kind of expected.
But that's not Sarah.
Oh God, you're right. It's not Sarah. It's whoever else. Whatever.
It's Sarah.
Wolf. Yeah. So Wolf.
Sarah Brian with an I. Anyway, yeah.
Well, okay. I believe is it still the Like a Dragon guys doing Virtua Fighter 6?
Yes.
Okay, I believe the Like a Dragon guys explicitly said with Wolf they wanted to go the direction of making where he had a heel turn. So I don't know if that's going to have story implications, if Wolf's actually just turned into a bad guy now, or if it's still following, wrestling logic and he's like, is it a King of Dinosaurs heel turn where it's very obviously still just T-Zock and he's pretending to be an asshole, but he's not good at it?
Yeah. Will Jeffrey McFall finally fucking pile drive that shark?
Okay. There's one of two things that needs to happen. A, the shark gets added as a new fighter. Or B, when they reveal Jeff, he is wearing the shark as a cape.
Yes.
Like he's got it like his head is between its jaws. He's plucked out his own teeth with pliers and replaced them with the shark's teeth.
He still looks the same, by the way.
In order to defeat the shark, I had to become the shark.
Yeah.
What have I done? The thing that's sad
Jackie Bryant is in a wheelchair, but that makes it so he only has one move and it's the flip kick somehow.
I thought he would still have the same moveset, it's just he's now hitting you with the wheels instead of his legs.
I don't know, I feel like it's funnier that he somehow launches himself with just his arms enough to do a flip kick and then he lands back in the wheelchair.
Look, man, sometimes, you just gotta... By the way, did I ever mention that in Virtua Fighter, Dead or Alive, Jackie retains his weird mechanic where if he is in neutral, he'll automatically parry any high-hitting punch?
Yeah.
So here's the funny thing about that. if in Dead or Alive you attempt a parry and the opponent throws you while you're attempting a parry, that turns into a high throw, which deals like fucking double damage.
Oh.
So if you're ever like, don't ever be neutral as Jackie if you ever think the opponent even is thinking about pressing the throw button. Because if they do, then they just get free super throws.
Nice.
Which is really bad if your opponent is Tina or Bass, because their high throws can do like 60 or 70%.
Yeah. I did find the last game for Evo Friends.
What was that?
It's Hunter x Hunter and Impact.
Really?
Yes.
I thought that game came out and everyone just kind of agreed it was Kuso and then moved on.
Yep. Friends. Oh,
well,
the French.
They also... the French. Did Bamco pay up a lot to try and keep the game relevant?
Not that I could tell. If they did a shit job.
All right. Let's see. With Street Fighter, Elena, have they revealed anything about Elena except the director, Mr. Takayama, showing the character select pose for her?
As far as I know, no.
Okay. Can I just say, it is one of the Street Fighter 6 is loaded with character to the gills. Everything about that game is like styling. I love the character select screen in Street Fighter 6. Just everybody's doing shenanigans up until you pick them. I'm always a fan of that type.
I wish the walkouts weren't a local exclusive thing.
Yeah, that part feels bad. I remember that was an early complaint with Mortal Kombat 1's online, is that they cut out the pre-match dialogue. Yeah. Either which way, the bigger bit of news for Street Fighter 6 is that people at Evo Japan got to play a little bit of the next early build, and the only particular bit of news that you or I have heard about has been that they are changing the way that the perfect parry works, at least if you want the screen freeze, which I find curious. They're clarifying if you want the screen freeze. Does that mean it's still possible to get a perfect parry without reading what move your opponent, whether your opponent's going to go for high or low, but you won't get the screen freeze? You just have to go like Street Fighter 3 of like, fuck it, I'm just going to hope I get the perfect parry. I'm just going to have to input it as if I did.
But that's the thing, like, from what I understood, because, there's two parry states. There is the third strike parry in the game, and there's also the parry stance. The parry stance itself is not getting changes, from what I could tell. The third strike parry, which is the perfect parry, is getting changes to be closer to third strike.
Okay. Now, this is curious, because we were just talking a couple of weeks ago about, well, if they get rid of throw loops, they have to nerf perfect parry. How do you do it? And I couldn't think of something at the time. This is kind of a nerf to perfect parry.
Yeah, and then also, like, I've also seen people who were at Evo Japan say that Elena doesn't have throw loops, so they might be removing throw loops.
She might be the testing ground for it, is what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Because the general indication has been that everyone else still gets to keep their throw loops, but Elena is going to start out not having them. Which, let's be real here, Elena already has enough tools to pressure the opponent and get in, that giving her throw loops would be kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a few characters that, honestly, I'm kind of fine with them getting throw loops. I'm fine with Guile or Dawson getting throw loops, because it's like, why are they even in to begin with?
Yeah,
and conversely,
yeah.
I'm fine with Geef having it, too, just because he's, otherwise, what's the point of his weird spinebuster throw? But, like, Bison doesn't need throw loops. He's already got every offensive tool you would want.
Yeah, like, that's my thing. Like, I can be fine with, like, one or two characters on the roster having throw loops. I can't be fine with throw loops as a universal mechanic. Yeah, I wonder if that is something they're going to go with across the board. I feel like with Ken in particular, if Ken loses his throw loops, it's going to be a whole new world. Yeah. Because Ken players actually have to play the game. Oh, no. When you think in your head of getting throw looped in Street Fighter 6,
The odds are you're either thinking of Ken throw looping you or Luke throw looping you.
Yep.
Oh boy. Street Fighter 6 is it.
Yeah.
When I think of Street Fighter 6, though, I want to play Street Fighter 6. But every time it's like, oh, but I should wait till the next DLC character.
Yeah.
And at some point, I'm just going to have to fucking double down and say, no, fuck it. This is the version of the game I'm going to get back into. Because, goddamn it, I actually really enjoyed playing ranked in that game for some reason. And I enjoyed playing against you sons of bitches.
I didn't enjoy playing ranked, but that's a me problem. I don't do well in competition because I actually like, you know, I can get competitive, but it's not healthy for anyone involved.
I think you worry a lot about what the guy on the other side is thinking.
Yeah.
I only worry about whether or not he's scared of my command grabs. Look. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta adopt the mentality of fuck them, right?
I only
if you want to have Mr. Cool cinematic matches, go back to single player because I'm gonna be hitting you with these pressure loops and throws. Just deal with it.
See, I can do that, but only against people who upset me. Like if I notice that the other person is playing in a way that is very boring to me, and they are being annoying about it, which, you know, there's a way to be boring in an annoying way, I guess. Because, like, you know, it's one thing to play safe. It's one thing to do footsies, play Ryu, whatever. And there's also, like, here's my character. My character has a kit of 15 moves. I'm gonna use 2.
Yeah.
And I will not even, like, do spacing or whatever. No, I'll just keep doing the 2 moves. And that is my game plan. Yeah?
When you and I play, I strive not to lame it out unless it would be really funny to lame it out. But when I would play MK1 ranked online, I was hopping in there with Gearus, and I was just going, so this frame trap is just going to annihilate 99% of players. I'm just going to keep hitting motherfuckers with it. And yeah, most people just fucking eat it.
Yep.
It's pretty nasty.
I mean, like, even in the there's a couple cases where you might lame it out. Usually you do it in context where it can become fun as well, because, like, the one time that I can think of it is when you started, when in the middle of I was playing Blanco in Street Fighter 5. I was playing Blanco over Barrog. You just started playing footsies, and I went okay, and then we played footsies, and, you know, It wasn't the most bombastic thing, but at the same time, there was mind games. Like, there was fighting games happening on screen. It just wasn't the usual speed that I do, which I'm fine with, because I can do footsies. It's just not my preferred way of play.
And Rog's like the only character in Street Fighter 5 who can play footsies.
Yeah. I mean, even then, I remember that the footsies was funny, because if memory serves, what happened after a point was that both of us just kept going for speeds while the other blocked it, and that went on for half a minute, I want to say.
Yep, that sounds right, yeah. I mean, that's a weird matchup right there, because Rog really wants to get in on a lot of his stuff. But Blanca in that game, well, Blanca, for one thing, I would say, has the better reversal, but Blanca's also got command grab.
Yeah. Which I never use, because I'm used to Street Fighter 2 Blanca.
Yeah, Well, that's the thing. That's the proper Blanca play, is to play like he doesn't have a command grab most of the time, and throw the command grab in when the opponent has clearly forgotten that Blanca has a command grab.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. And then there's Marvel, where, like, 99% of the time, the gameplay of Marvel is lame it out.
Yeah.
I have air dashes and I have monstrous zoning, and you have air dashes and you really want in. This is going to be a long time of playing chase.
Yeah. So yeah, speaking of Street Fighter 6, there's a collaboration going on with Overwatch.
Yeah. Cammy is just killing loads of people.
But especially Ryu.
She's got scratches in her gun for how many people she's killed.
Yeah.
And on top of that, since Cammy's skin for Widowmaker, this means Cammy is now racist against robots.
I thought you were gonna say that Camille is now French. I don't even remember if Widowmaker is French, honestly, but you know.
She is.
Okay.
She is.
Camille has become a traitor.
Oh shit.
But yeah, like, you know, the costumes, like, out of all of the costumes, the one that didn't make sense to me is Winston Blanca, because, like, why would you pick Blanca for a crossover? But okay.
Monkey.
True. Like, on all of the other skins, I was like, eh, that makes sense. And, you know, like, Zenyatta, Dalsim, you know, I can see it.
Yeah.
Like, it was all safe picks, Zenyatta, Dalsim, which makes sense, and then Winston Blanca.
Yeah. To me, it's just simply Monkey and Winston jumps around a lot. I was more confused by the choice to make Chun-Li a skin for Juno.
Yeah. I mean, Ryu was Hanzo also, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, they just kind of went with that so they could turn the dragon into the Shin Hadouken. Yeah. But it's still pretty questionable that, for one, that Ryu's going to be running away from people most of the time, and that Ryu's going to be seeking headshots with a bow.
Ryu activates his ult and shouts, "I love the latest season of The Simpsons." The ground shakes. The ground shakes. The heavens roar, and dirt. See you in Overwatch, everybody. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So Guilty Gear.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. I just love the Ryu from Streets video so much.
You know, I've never actually seen it.
Oh, but I posted it multiple times.
I think I've seen like a 5-second clip before, and I figured that was it. The fact that you were mentioning off lines I have never heard before tells me, oh, okay, that video is longer than 5 seconds.
It's like a minute and a half, I think.
Okay.
It's great. It's like, honestly, Alex Lee got the English voice of Ryu to dub it over, and like it's cool. I like it. I prefer the original version because Ryu's voice is so blown out, and Alex Lee's equipment was too quality to replicate just how blown out Ryu was in the original. Anyway, there has been a small update on the Fighting Collection 2. Which is that they removed JoJo characters from Dimitri.
Oh, okay. I remember seeing them upload that, Capcom uploading that video, and thinking, well, it's weird that a couple of these characters they're showing twice.
Yeah. Let's see. Rose used to transform into Enyaba from JoJo. And that's gone.
Yeah. You know, I just had a thought.
Yeah.
The next time we get Dimitri in a Capcom fighting game, which may be 100 years from now, if ever. Well, whenever the next time is we get Dimitri in a Capcom fighting game, we need him to be relabeled bisexual Dimitri. And now the Midnight Bliss will swap the gender of whoever he's doing it to, regardless.
Yeah. I mean, we need it for CVS3, and like I don't know why. But actually, no, I know why. But like when Dimitri does it to Angel, she should turn into hard gay Razor Ramon.
Well, if he did that to Yuri, she'd just turn into Ryu.
No, Yuri turns into Akuma.
And it backfires. Yuri has Akuma, Shingoku Satsu's Dimitri instead.
Yeah.
But just add a sound effect in when Dimitri does it. He goes, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. The fucking image pops up. Go back, go back. I didn't mean it like that, cuz. Oh shit. Anyway. Yeah, Guilty Gear. So, Strive's source code and dev builds leaked.
Including, well, for one thing, of course, the source code. Anytime the source code drops, it's terrifying because it's like, oh god, what if this just allows hackers to just use the game to shut down everyone else's computers and drop viruses in them and all kinds of shit?
Yeah.
That's immediately terrifying. And I'm not sure there's a lot we can say other than that fucking sucks.
Yep. So there's actually an update just above people posting about that, which is there is a known exploit in Strive in the source code that crashes players, but they haven't found yet, at least as of 2 days ago, they haven't found a way to do external code execution, which means that they can't download shit or fuck around with your PC. They can just crash the game.
I see. I did see that this is that you can just run Guilty Gear Strive in the Unreal Engine editor.
Yep, I saw that too.
And I saw people saying, like, well, this is a fucking huge move forward for Guilty Gear Strive piracy.
And modding.
Yeah. Oh, God. Well, did you see the characters that were found in the files?
Jam and Cum. Yes.
Not just them. Jam, Cum, Unica, who is the next DLC character, and Goku from Fighter Z.
Oh. See, so, I was gonna say, two fucking minutes ago, I was gonna say, you thought Goku was in the game before. I guess he is.
Yeah.
I guess he fucking is. Holy shit.
So it became really obvious, oh, there is a ancient dev build of Strive out there where they were just using Jam and Coom and Goku from other games to test out Strive systems to see if it worked. And they just never removed them from the files.
Oh.
So that's very funny because you don't even like. It's probably going to take very little modding. Now that people have the source code, it's going to take very little modding to just add Exard versions of Jam and Coom and the Fighter Z version of Goku to the game. Not even getting into that if people have that access to the source code, is there going to be the thing of like, okay, fuck it, bring over the entire cast of both Exard and Fighter Z? At this point, fuck it, why don't we bring over the sprites from... Well, no, there's no way they could do that, but let's joke that it would be funny if they brought over the sprites from Central Fiction. And, like, whenever the camera goes askew for, like, when someone's getting broken through the wall, the sprite doesn't shift to match it. So it's obviously a 2D sprite.
Somehow, some way, the Darkstalkers won the sprite of Morrigan remains.
Somebody would do it if it was possible, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But that's all wackiness. But also, the new DLC character Unica being revealed without Narcissus' consent. She apparently, well, she's an anime girl with big sword.
Yeah, she's spoilers for the anime, apparently, the Guilty Gear anime.
Okay, good to know.
And all I've heard about her is that her super is allegedly, and I quote, making out with Bridget sloppy style.
There are all kinds of people that have been waiting for that, and none of them actually play the games.
Yeah, probably.
Apparently she plays a lot like Order Soul.
Oh.
That's what I heard, which is weird.
Sure, why not?
I mean, there's no way they give her classic Order Soul Dragon install, right?
They might.
I can't see Modern Arxis agreeing to that. Shit. Especially if it retains its instant kill properties.
Yeah.
Oh, also the model for Lucy's in there, but I don't think she's actually like playable. I do wonder though, with it having like a half-finished DLC character in there and the model of another DLC character in there, did a dev leak this?
Perhaps, or it could have been one of the things that are going around nowadays. The way that people get into the way that these hacks happen is usually some manner of social engineering and regular old school hacking. So like what they would do is someone would reach out to a dev personally, find an in, or they would befriend them. And then once the once the relationship is deep enough, they're like, hey, check out this file, and they send over a file, and the file has a backend. And usually that's how we've been getting ransomware on Capcom's PCs and stuff like that in the past couple of years. And
I was wondering if it was just the old fake IT guy exploit of like, hey, I work in the IT department. Give me all your passwords.
Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, like I hope, because usually when they do these 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 new type hacks into companies, they just like gather whatever the fuck is on the PC and then run with the data, and that also means like personal information and shit like that. And like, the game being out there is bad, but it's a game, it's a product. They'll get over it. The personal information being out there fucking sucks dick. So I hope the devs are safe.
Yep. I mean, if it was what you're saying of just the manipulation and trying to get close to the guy, that's a crazy level of sociopathy to be able to do all that to somebody that you'd have to befriend,
I mean, from what I gather, most like big scale hacking from hacker groups that only exist for one hack so they can get caught. Like most of the hacks that go on nowadays work like this. At least when it comes to like actual companies being hacked, because cybersecurity is generally all right, and the weakest link in cybersecurity is the user. So, well, at least when it comes to companies, regular people, it depends. But with companies, generally companies pay cybersecurity people big money so that they don't fuck up. And generally, cybersecurity people don't fuck up. So like, once again, the thing that a lot of these hacks work with is just the social engineering of trying to get close to a guy, see if they reply, whatever, reaching out to them, and then once again, and like these things, by the way, are so getting so like smart, because I have seen a file like this. I saw like a PSA of like, hey, this is a thing that can happen now. It's shit. I hate it. And yeah, I agree. I also hate it. Because apparently what people can do is they can make a fake PDF. And they can make it so the fake PDF even tries to load up as a real PDF. And when you check it anywhere in Windows, it will show up as a PDF. It's not a PDF, it's an executable file. And it's malware.
Oh.
And if you've seen YouTubers getting taken over in the past, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years, that's what happened. Because usually legal stuff gets sent over PDFs you have to sign digitally. So you would get the contract for whatever endorsement or whatever the fuck. It would be sent over, or like an NDA PDF would be sent over. And they would go to sign it. And hey, there's no social media anymore. Suddenly.
Yep.
So yeah, shit's fucked. More or less.
Oh shit.
So
Okay,
yeah,
well,
anyway.
on less terrifying news, let's talk about how dumb Bamco is.
Let's see, first we can talk about Galleon. They are being added to Granblue Rising. Yay. Alright, anyway.
Yeah, I was squinting there up until you said Granblue Rising. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Alright, Granblue continues to exist. Good for people that are into that, I guess.
Yep. Alright. So, Fakumram. Now, did you notice that Fakumram was announced on Mother's Day?
I did not, because I don't know anything about Fakumram other than that he's like 1,000 feet tall, and he's supposed to be a convict.
Well, for the longest time, people have been calling him Fuck Your Mom. So...
Oh, I see.
So people are thinking that Bamco is playing into the joke, announcing him on Mother's Day.
Well, the real joke is that Tekken is in a state where everybody can agree that it's fucking suck ass.
The real joke is Tekken.
It always is. But the big announcement of a DLC character you think would be like, okay, people may be big mad about the balance right now, but if they announce a character people want, that'll get people back in Fakumram.
See, where they went wrong is that they didn't add Gigas.
Well, you put Fakumram and Gigas in the same room and just figure out how to stuff in all of Tekken's weird sex monsters that no one likes to play.
Fakumram, Gigas, Mechno-san.
I like Beck a lot better than Warong.
I don't really have a preference between them. I just didn't know who to go with. He seemed like an easy target.
You should have gone for Maharu.
True. I forget she exists.
Shit. She's literally just Xiao Yu with a command grab.
I know.
Like, it's crazy looking back that several of the characters on the Tekken Tag 2 cast, like, I'm fine with it. I love Tekken Tag 2. But Tekken Tag 2 has several characters that are legitimately just this dude, but with one more move, or not even any difference at all. Because Tiger is just Eddie.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any differences.
I forget his name, Lily's butler. Olivier? Something like that.
Oh, Sebastian.
Sebastian, yeah.
I think... My memory of Sebastian has at least a few differences from Lily.
Sebastian has, like... maybe small animation tweaks in a couple of moves, but that's all I can remember.
I remember I quite liked playing Sebastian back on Tekken Tag 2. He was a fun character.
Yep.
But we decided to remove fun in Tekken 7, so...
Yeah, we had to remove it with the single player content.
Yeah, they both had to go.
It's all esports now, baby.
Yep.
Pay for the red dot, motherfucker. Have you heard about
the
that?
Frame data, motherfucker.
Oh no! Have you not heard about this?
What's up?
In Tekken 8, they had a paid only track for one of the battle passes, and the major thing that the battle pass got you, like if you wrapped all of the fucking things in the battle pass, if memory serves, this is how it was. But if you got all of the wraps in the battle pass, paid like, I don't know, $10 for it. I don't know how much they cost, but you paid money for it. You unlocked one red ball to put on your character.
On their head?
Wherever, from what I remember. But that's, maybe it was on their head. I forget. But yeah, like that's all you got, more or less, for your money. It was recolors of stuff on the free check and the ball.
This sounds like Tekken. Like, this sounds like the steady degeneration of Tekken's character customization system.
Yep.
Because it just gets worse every game. Other than, like, Tekken 5 to Tekken 6, because 6, of course, was a massive expansion in that regard, where Tekken 5 just had odd little things like, do you want to give, oh, goddammit, how am I forgetting? Lee Chaolan revolvers?
Yeah.
that he can't use? No, not really. Okay, well, you get fucked then.
Do you want to give Lee Chaolan red visual K hair? And I said, sure, I guess.
Oh, they did announce that they're going to be coming out with another huge balance update soon, correct?
I don't know.
Because I feel like I have heard at the very least that Harada's going, we hear you, we know shit's fucked, we're working on it.
I mean, there's not much else he can say right now.
Yeah.
Especially since, like, the thing is that, like, you know, I know Harada and all that, but, like, you know, it has to fucking suck, because think about it. Harada isn't directly involved with the game anymore.
Nope, but he still has to answer for shit.
Yep. Like, if memory serves, the director for Tekken 8 is Murray.
Harada needs a new shirt. I'm not responsible for shit.
Yeah. But yeah, like, if memory serves, the producer or the director for Tekken 8 is Michael Murray, who is Harada's right-hand man. But still, you know, not the same guy.
Yeah. Is there any real news left?
Nope. Not that I can find.
Yeah, we're closing in on Summer Games Fest, which is, of course, going to be probably a big reveal for Street Fighter. Who knows what else is going to go on? What other fighting game business is going to go on? There's certainly the question of, is that going to be where NRS announces what they're doing going forward?
Mortal Kombat versus PC Universe 2.
Oh, what's that hair? Yeah. Oh, big mustache hair just went in my mouth. Sorry about that. Yeah, Mortal Kombat versus DC 2. That'll work. Here's the thing.
This time we gave even the male character the Pussycopter.
That's a good idea. Let's do that, but also just recycle the MK1 character assets. Recycle Joker from MK11, but just buff him, give him more combo. And just all the budget should just go into remaking the DC characters so that they play like more like MK11 Joker and not like Injustice characters.
I thought you were gonna say all of the rest of the budget should go into Superman's veins. Like he snorts it up like cocaine.
That is NRS's vision for Superman. That's the thing. If they wanted to do an Injustice 3 or anything with the DC universe going forwards at NRS, the thing is, NRS is in love with evil Superman. But the order that comes down from Warner Brothers is probably going to be get in line with James Gunn's Superman, who is very much the opposite of evil Superman. James Gunn is very much aiming to bring back the fully good Boy Scout Superman. And somehow I can just imagine in my head Ed Boon's eyes bleeding.
Realistically, he's coming out of the TV.
Yeah. Why does Ed hate like classic hero characters? Because he hates Liu Kang too.
I don't know. It might be a thing with like it might have just been the context that he grew up in, because I know that I prefer anti-heroes and shit like that myself, because I don't know. The Boy Scout type characters are a bit overrated, you know?
Yeah.
It may just be that.
Yeah.
Then again, like, you know, I say that my favorite superhero was Spider-Man. Like,
yeah. Spider-Man has more troubles than the standard Boy Scout superhero, though.
True. And
like, Spider-Man has to go out and be a Boy Scout out in the streets, and then when he comes home and takes off his mask, he's in debt.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the thing that really separates Spider-Man and Superman to me is that, or, you know, in quality, in how I perceive them, is that Spider-Man seems
to have a family.
Yeah. but also, Spider-Man seems like a fun guy to hang out with. Like, he's just, I know that quipping is basically his way of coping with being in mortal danger.
Yeah.
I think that they said that, but it gives him a certain character where he's fun, and none of the Supermans I've seen have been that.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm of the mind that Superman should have a little bit of smack talk in him for some of the villains. Better than that, Superman should be kind of a regular, mundane kind of dude in contrast with his powers. And the other Justice Leaguers should kind of be funny around him.
Yeah. It could work, but, just him alone, to me, the stoic goodness doesn't work as good. For me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then again, I say that, I don't like either Superman either, so, like...
Okay, the format where stoic Superman works best comedically is when he has to deal with bullshit like Mr. Mixie's Pitlick.
Yes.
I was just like, what the fuck is this? Why do I now have a clown nose? It's a good thing the one supervillain with the powers of God is a jackass.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways. So we're probably coming up on, well, let's see. Next FGA will be, it'll be before Summer Games Fest. So probably in the next FGA, we'll probably go ahead and call that the Get Ready for Summer Games Fest FGA.
Probably,
though by that point, we'll have also presumably have seen a lot more Elena, so there will be a lot to talk about there as well. And you know what? That'll probably be the one where we double down, where we dig in and go, okay, we've done this a few times, but let's again repeat. Who do you want for season 3? Who do you think you'll get for season 3?
Yeah. Obviously, it's Oro, Q, Remy, and the twins.
Yeah.
The twins get their own season. Actually, never mind. They take up 4 slots somehow.
Man, I just the other day was looking at a little bit of GQ lore, like the magazine, and I had never heard the theory before that there's actually supposed to be multiple Qs.
Oh.
It is suspected that because the photos of Q at different locations where grisly murders are performed happen in different parts of the world, it is suspected that there might be multiple Qs.
If that's the case, yeah.
That would justify why Street Fighter V doesn't have G as a playable character in the Street Fighter 3 arcade mode.
Yeah. And also, I would like if that is the case, I want G to be locked up somewhere. Like Bison locked him up. And he's just somewhere. Like, you fucking piloting all of the Q robots with Earth power at the same time. And that's why they're shit.
Well, there definitely has to be something going on there where it's like, okay, Q is now... If we go with this interpretation, then Q is obviously an inferior copy of G. But if he's controlling them, like, it's implied that Q's a murderer. And not only a murderer, but a rather grisly murderer. I don't know if I'm happy with... I don't know if I'm happy with G being a grisly murderer.
he didn't get elected. He's angry. He didn't get to re-up his term.
You say all that as if that would even mildly upset G, and he wouldn't just keep doing what he keeps doing anyways. Like, the moment they elect someone else president of Earth, or people just say, no, we're not electing anybody president of Earth, G goes, very well, it's time to go for my re-election campaign. People of Earth, unite for my re-election campaign. He just starts rambling off. The other characters start to ignore him.
I thought you were going to say it. He doesn't get re-elected and he just goes, very well, time to go to Mars. People of Mars.
People of Mars. The time has come to reunite under the spirit of Mars. And there's just Mars people there trying to shoot at him with their stupid little ray guns.
Yeah.
But they keep missing, or G's, like, the way G is going or parading around doing his speech results in him accidentally dodging all the shots.
I know.
G's in an odd... G's in an odd space where like I'm not a big fan of like a lot of the really clown shoes and stuff that goes on in Tekken with a lot of the side cast. And I feel like kind of detracts from Tekken's aesthetic. G, I'm fine with G getting up to stupid bullshit in Street Fighter.
But yeah, because the difference
Like,
is that
go ahead.
the difference is that Tekken had semi-serious characters that were, you know, slowly morphed into anime, and now we're into like, I don't know, fuck, what's his name? Guy who made the Resident Evil movies.
Oh God, Paul Thomas. No, not Paul Thomas Anderson. Excuse me, Paul W.S. Anderson.
Yeah, him. We're more morphing from like, you know, semi-realistic, bit anime-ish to anime to that Resident Evil movies.
Yeah.
And Street Fighter has serious moments, but it is a cartoon. So G seems more believable because G is a cartoon character, and because the world is a cartoon as well, he just fits in.
Yeah, and it's like Street Fighter doesn't mention going up to space a whole lot, but when G goes up to space, I don't like ever question. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like he's the one character who would. You can whatchamacallit, expend your disbelief or whatever it's called. Suspend your disbelief.
Suspend.
Yeah.
He might be able to get rid of it as well.
G comes back. People of Earth, I have blown up Mars.
I have found the true enemy of Earth's people, and it was the planet of Mars. Prepare your armaments. We shall shortly be invaded by strange spaghetti meatball creatures with ray guns.
And thus this page is set for CVS 3.
Oh, shit. I mean, logically speaking, well, no, I don't think Mars people in any of the... Oh, God, no, wait. So...
I think Mars people is canon, yes.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask. Is not Metal Slug? Isn't Metal Slug canon to KOF?
As far as I know, yes. Because Theo, well, it depends. Is Maximum Impact canon, which I'm pretty sure it is.
I would bet so.
Okay, if Maximum Impact is canon, the Metal Slug is canon because Maximum Impact has Theo from Metal Slug.
Well, on top of that, the Ikari Warriors were playable in one of the Metal Slugs.
True,
including,
I forgot about
Leona.
that. I forgot about that. Then yeah, then it's super canon.
So, and here's the thing. So far, we know that Fatal Fury is canon to Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And which logically also means the Art of Fighting, at the very least, is canon to Street Fighter, because Art of Fighting is the prequel to Fatal Fury. We have not yet received confirmation that King of Fighters is canon to the Street Fighter universe, though it's really not that far off of an idea. It's just going to be the addition of a bigger cast, and also Geese isn't dead.
Yeah.
Which would inherently imply that Mars people are canon to Street Fighter. Now, here's the follow-up question I've got. Was there ever any indication that Plasma Sword is canon to Street Fighter?
Let me think.
I'm trying to think of if any of the like future sci-fi stuff like Strider, Captain Commando, other than Plasma Sword, would involve aliens.
Strider has... I mean, technically Strider has aliens? Question mark? I don't know. Like, they're not really aliens, they're... like, Grandmaster Mayo does go out to space. He visits space every resurrection at least once. So...
I see.
So, like, maybe? But, yeah, Plasma Sword... I don't know, because Plasma Sword is so... Like, you know, with Plasma Sword, you can kind of tell it was meant to be a Star Wars game, and then they had to go, oh, fuck.
Yeah, in Star Wars, there's not exactly Earth.
Yeah. So it's hard to say. Hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess one can go with the assumption of like, okay, all the Capcom stuff is in one universe.
Wait,
That when you go down
Street
that
Fighter
road,
2010.
there's so many. When you go down that road, that does wind up raising a lot of questions as part of the issue, right?
I mean, it depends.
Like,
yeah, go ahead.
Ignoring the Akuma mod for Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil creates a lot of problems for the rest of the Capcom universe if it's in that same universe.
Dead Rising.
Dead Rising also creates a lot of problems. Oh god, yeah, Dead Rising legitimately can't be in the Street Fighter universe. Do you know why?
Because everyone's fucking dead?
No. Dead Rising, the zombie apocalypse never spreads beyond just a single city.
Wasn't
Dead
that the
Rising
plot
1,
of
it's just
Fordo?
I think in 4, it's just Willamette.
Ah, okay.
Again. Poor fucking Willamette. But Dead Rising can't be canon to the Street Fighter universe, because in Dead Rising 2, Las Vegas is just annihilated. It's just gone. And Balrog continues to have stages set in Las Vegas.
Ah. So yeah, like I would assume edge cases like that, or not canon to each other. Like I would assume that Devil May Cry isn't also in the Street Fighter universe.
No, because if it was, then Akuma wouldn't give a shit about Ryu. He'd be trying to pick fights with Dante.
Yeah.
Oh god, where is Mega Man in this?
I think Mega Man is also in his own continuity, because I don't remember him ever. Yeah.
It would have to be, wouldn't it? Because I feel like Mega Man should logically be in the same time frame as Strider when you look at them.
Yeah. Like I think Mega Man is a case like Dead Rising, where I think Street Fighter exists as an IP in universe, but it's not real in universe.
Oh, that's right. Because Dead Rising 2, there's the Blanca masks you can pick up.
Yeah, and Dr. Light. Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily preclude Street Fighter still being canon, because Blanca would do that.
True. But also in Mega Man, Dr. Light makes modifications to, or well, that's X, which is for in the future, but whatever. In X, Dr. Light or whoever makes Mega Man Hadouken and Shoryuken modifications.
Nah.
I forget if he gets a Tatsumaki.
Oh god, where would that even be useful in Mega Man?
The Hadouken is good because it deals more damage for slightly longer startup than the regular Mega Buster, if memory serves. And the Shoryuken, I have no clue.
Well, the Shoryuken I can see is like, okay, you can attack people who are up on top of you, which is a rare talent in Mega Man. The Tatsu, though, like, unless it like hits real hard, I would just think Mega Man doesn't want to get up close and personal with his enemies most of the time, unless the slide. Well, there's the slide, I guess.
Yeah.
God damn it, I need to get back to playing through the Mega Man games. I just feel like I have to as a Capcom fanboy. Anyways. Oh boy, all right. Was there any fighting games that you played this past couple weeks?
I'm trying to think. No. I don't think so.
Okay. I played KOF 15 and beat the arcade mode twice. Once with a team just made up of whoever the fuck I wanted, and I found out, oh, if you just go with a team of whoever the fuck you want in KOF, you don't really get an arcade ending. You just get Hydern at a computer going, yo, shit's fucked, yo, and that's it.
Yeah, but that's a classic.
Okay, this is my first time beating a KOF arcade mode, so that was a lesson for me.
Like, I'm not even joking. I want to say in, like, somewhere around the time of, like, the middle of the Orochi saga and like, until, like, the middle of the NES saga, every game, it genuinely was, you beat the arcade mode with whoever, and Hydern is there.
Yeah, I mean, logically, he's the Nick Fury of the King of Fighters universe, so I guess it makes sense for him to be the one that would be like, ah, fuck it, we'll just pretend Hydern made this team. Even if it's a team of, like, Yashiro, Rugal, and Gurnitz. Guess it was the Thunderbolts. Anyways, so then I beat the arcade mode again, just with Team Wrestling this time. Antonov, King of Dinosaurs, Ramon. And I am very confused. I need to beat arcade mode with someone else again. Because, like, that was a very long, like, detailed arcade mode ending going on about the plans Antonov has to rebuild KOF. And, like, goes on an extended, like, and Antonov went on to be a great charitable leader who reinvigorated this whole philosophy and would continue on until he retired at a ripe old age. He would go on to become an honorable legend with his statue built in the middle of Tokyo. And Ramon, who would the whole sport of lucha libre would be rebuilt around it, and it just keeps going for a while. And I'm sitting there like, I thought SNK were making these games on a shoestring budget. Why is this arcade ending so grandiose and big? But then the arcade ending ends with a joke of King of Dinosaurs and Ramon going, well, that was a bit grandiose. Yeah, I think Antonov made some of that up. So now I'm left like, oh, did I just happen to beat arcade mode with the one team that SNK deliberately gave an overly large, grandiose, detailed arcade mode ending to for a gag?
Maybe. I mean, usually the arcade endings that they have take some time, but I wouldn't say they take longer than, I don't know, 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah, this was about 5 minutes, which for me is pretty big by arcade mode standards. Most arcade mode endings in most fighting games to me are like a minute.
Yeah, then it's somewhat usual. Like I remember, I want to say Terry's team, Team Fatal Fury. Their ending was in 14. It was something like they're just relaxing on the beach, and then Blue Mary shows up and starts teasing Terry, and then somehow it ends with a joke about Joe being shit, just in general.
Well, when you think about Team Fatal Fury, Joe's the one out of the three of them that's not getting laid.
Yeah, but he has $2.
Yeah,
and he's willing to share.
That's all he needs. Oh, shit. I forget, if they confirmed, I haven't looked into what War Revelations Garo 2 has had, other than seeing the final boss, which, holy shit, that looks like quite the final boss. But either which way, have they fully, like, confirmed the relationship between Preacha and Joe? Is it just mentor and student?
I haven't seen Garo 2 whatsoever.
Okay, we're in the same boat then.
But as far as I know, yes, Preacha is just them taking the old Joe's student design and modernizing it.
All right. Yeah, in that case, I think it's time we switch from talking about fighting games to playing fighting games, because this has put me in the mood for fighting games.
Perhaps.
So, would you say that fighting games were?
Maybe. Perchance. Fighting games were